On this 100th day of the student strike, downtown Montreal was a sea of red. Tens of thousands of students, supporters, and people angry about a new Quebec law they call a violation of democratic rights. As required by that law, one student group provided a protest route to police. But almost immediately, the demonstrators splintered off in all directions. They marched through a huge chunk of the downtown core, paralyzing the city for hours before converging on La Fontaine Park. But it did not end there. CBC's Catherine Cullen was following the protesters, and she's in downtown Montreal tonight. Catherine.
Peter, so far it's been a largely peaceful protest, except for a few broken windows. None of the violence we've seen in previous nights, but there is a lot of anger at the government.
It is a protest in support of protest. For many here, the tuition hike has taken a back seat.
This new law is just a real astonishing draconian move.
It's really a fundamental law, a fundamental right, and I think we should protest. If I don't protest, who is going to protest for me?
It's kind of taking slowly our democratic rights away.
The law was designed to quell violence and intimidation at nightly protests. It hasn't worked. Student leaders call the law absurd.
If the government wants to apply honestly his law, he will have to apply it not only to me, but to the tens of thousands of people who are in the streets today.
That could mean fines of up to $5,000 for each protester, because the routes they took weren't approved by police. But Montreal police say the law is a tool they can use when they see fit. The government says it put the law in place to restore calm, and that there are similar restrictions on protests in other cities, including Geneva, New York, and Los Angeles. The law is there to protect the protesters, perhaps even more than other citizens, says Jean Charest. Quebecers don't like scenes like this, and a majority support the government's planned tuition hike. But the emergency law is eroding that support, says this pollster.
Anything that has to do with public safety and security, people agree with. They don't agree, though, to how far the fines and penalties go.
Quebec's conflict is gaining attention internationally. Montreal band Arcade Fire wore the iconic Red Square on Saturday Night Live. Filmmaker Michael Moore tweeted his support to students. An international hackers group Anonymous claimed responsibility when some government websites went dark. Today, supporters marched in Toronto, Vancouver, New York, even Paris. The situation in Quebec has been called a crisis. Still, Ontario's Federation of Labour says it would like others to follow Quebec's example.
If you make the choice between F-35, spending $35 billion on fighter jets, and you then see that you've got kids who, from families of modest income, can't make it into university, that to me is a crisis.
But the tuition fight here seems far from resolved. The government and student leaders say they haven't talked in days.
Now, the protest is not over yet. Another group has taken to the streets tonight, and police are at the ready. Peter?
All right, Catherine, thank you very much. Catherine Cullen in Montreal tonight.